back to my channel. I'm Shannon Margaret B, and I'm so happy to have you here. I am so happy to be here. Happy summer. We are in the depths of summer at the moment. If I am glistening, it is because my house is just so hot all of the time lately. I love thrifted and backlist books, and I especially love reading authors' backlist. I figured kind of to get me back in the groove, I needed like a good author to get me really gripped, lots of characters, lots of fun. But I haven't been reading, I've just been reading very slow, so books are taking me like 2 to 3 weeks to read versus like I'm used to reading 2 to 3 books a week. I just feel like I haven't been in the depths of reading as much, so I think I can rely on this author to hopefully get me back in the swing of things, and that is Lucy Foley. So I have read 2 of Lucy Foley's so far. So I read the guest list years ago. I really loved this one a lot. I loved the setting of this one, and I loved all the different cast members. And then I think it was my New Year's vlog, which I can link you to, which is, fun fact, like one of my favorite vlogs. I don't know why. I just like remember that time so fondly. But in that one I read The Hunting Party, and this one I thought it was good, but it was kind of just like a little gimmicky at points and a little bit repetitive at points. But I did really enjoy this one, especially because this was like a New Year's thriller where a friend group goes on a vacation to like a remote place and gets snowed in, so it was like the perfect vibe for that week. But this week I want to read 2. So one that I had on my TBR is The Paris Apartment by Lucy Foley. I've definitely heard very mixed things about this one. I'm excited to see what I will think, but this is indeed a full cast and goes through a bunch of people that all live in this one apartment complex. Then the other one that I took out of the library because it just sounded so good is The Midnight Feast. This one, there is like a big massive party and someone ends up dead, and I love that type of trope and that kind of storyline. Really excited to read both of those. Crafting wise, I've not been crafting much. I have been slowly getting through this one bookmark, so maybe I'll try to finish this set of bookmarks that I showed in I think like my 24-hour challenge. The only one I did was this one, which I did on my honeymoon, so it's been a while, so maybe a bookmark would be good to get me back into it. Such the puzzle itch. It's been a while since I've done a puzzle. I think I finished one in my Alice Feeney vlog, and that was the last time I did a puzzle, and that was like a month or 2 ago. I really want to start on this one. This is a bunch of perennials. But yeah, I'm so happy to be back. I have both of these on Audiio, and me and my husband are in a 10K step a day challenge with each other, and if we get it done and do it every day, which like now we're in like mid-July almost, and we have been doing it every single day. So I've been on the walking pad a lot, taking a lot of walks and just trying to get the steps in, and honestly I feel great doing it. I can luckily listen to my audiobook while I get my steps in. I think I'm gonna go on a walk right now actually. This week we are seeing the Odyssey this weekend in IMAX, and I cannot wait. I'm so excited, but definitely a lot of work shifts. I think I work like the next 4 to 5 days, so it's going to be a little bit of a busier time, but I will update you when I have an update on The Paris Apartment. Mr. Dax. So I was fully going to go on a walk and I was really excited, but apparently our air quality is so terrible from the wildfire smoke from Canada that I guess I have to walk inside now. So off to the walking pad, which is way less exciting.
presents The Paris Apartment by Lucy Foley.
We ended up working a little longer than I thought we would. It's 5:30 now, so let's have a relaxing night. I'm gonna record this for the 3rd time now. So I realized I've had this happen to me before where I lose so much footage because my camera flips to -2 speed, and in that mode the frame rate is like so low that it doesn't capture audio. And then I was like, oh, that's so weird that that happened, let me do this again, and I flipped to what I thought was the correct mode, but it wasn't. And there was film was normal, but there was no audio. Figured it out. We're back. We're a little bit rusty. I gave you an update when I was about 100 pages into The Paris Apartment after I got home from work. Had a great day of work today. This is me a couple hours in the future from what you're about to see. I ended up working like a double shift because someone called out sick. I honestly feel like the air quality like mess with everybody's respiratory system. I feel like that's why some people called out today and tomorrow. So I was supposed to have off work tomorrow, but I'm picking up another extra shift, which I truthfully don't mind because I love getting that paycheck. I know it's been a little bit, but I'm still at my retail job, and I've been applying to bookkeeping jobs, but it's been really difficult to get a new position. I'm applying and interviewing currently for some internal tax roles. I do have 2 interviews next week, and then I'm just waiting to see if I got to a second round on another job, which I'm like probably the most interested in right now, but I feel like it's the most competitive. When I popped in to give you an update a couple hours prior to this, I was about 100 pages into the Paris apartment, and I was kind of feeling frustrated. I felt like it was like ultra breadcrumbing, and I really needed like something big to happen or just more information to be divulged. The story follows Jess, and she goes to Paris to visit her brother Ben, and when she gets there, Ben has disappeared. Everything's like in a state of disarray, and she realizes that everybody in the apartment building kind of knows something, and so she's trying to string everything together and get to know all of them. But for Friday nights, I had planned to have a nice walk outside because I needed to get to my 10K steps for the day. I wanted to get an acai bowl and do some puzzling and reading and just relax and enjoy my Friday night. That is what you will see now. In between, but I finished the outline, but I am missing obviously one piece right here, so hopefully it's in here. Yes, this is definitely a bit bigger than I thought it was going to be, and then it's a long ways, so this is technically the bottom and this is technically the top, so I don't know if it'll drive me crazy doing the puzzle that way. I think it'll be fun, but it's definitely going to be very, very difficult, so I'm glad I got the frame done at least. I'm back for some updates. It's been a few days. Let's see, Friday night had the best night. Today is Monday and I have a day off. I worked like 5 days in a row, but I worked from Wednesday to Sunday, and yesterday, Sunday, was like my long shift. Like you open and you close the store, so I am so glad to have a day off today. It's already the afternoon. I was busy this morning, finishing up Paris apartment, puzzling, I did my nails. But going back to this weekend, the Odyssey is fantastic. Like we saw the Odyssey on Saturday night after I finished up work, and it is so fantastic. I loved it so much. I think I want to see it again. I will say, if you're going to see it in IMAX, understand, like if you have sensitive ears, like I have pretty sensitive ears, and the IMAX is absolutely insanely loud. Like it's a very, very cool experience, and all the actors, like, oh my god, Matt Damon, Anne Hathaway, Tom Holland, like so good. It was like phenomenal. We were like towards the middle, but on the right, and definitely the speakers in IMAX are on the sides of the aisles, and like it hurts. Like it hurts how loud it is. My right ear still hurts, and I know that probably sounds so dramatic, but I really think it's from the movie because my ears were not hurting, and the past 2 days my ears have been really hurting me. And then we watched Office Romance, and it was so funny. I was like cackling, laughing. It was such a good, fun experience. So yeah, 2 movie reviews for you, and I highly recommend them both. To the reason why you're here, I finished the Paris apartment while I was finishing up the frame of my puzzle, and I'm going going to give this a 4 to 5. I really enjoyed it. I think it was a very long on-ramp, but like you need the on-ramp to be like 100 pages because you are getting a bit of backstory. It felt like I wasn't really getting much until I got to the twist, and then I was like, oh. Like literally 100 pages are summed up in this one twist. I loved all the POVs. There was like a little bit of a like book podcast at the end of the audiobook, and the girls were talking about how much they liked that it was a missing man trope instead of a missing woman trope. And I actually think that that's part of the reason why I liked this so much, is because it felt like really cool and original, and especially this twist that was in there. I was just not expecting it. I was very excited. It's already the afternoon and I have to get my steps in. I really want to clean my car. I did order something from Michael's, so I need to go pick that up, and then I have a spin class tonight and I have to figure out how to get my steps in, and I have to apply for some jobs today as well, because I feel like I had a lot going on with like interviews and like getting some bites and applying to a ton, and then I just feel like I worked the 5 days in a row, and then I had an interview on 2 of those days after work, so then I wasn't really putting many new applications out. I'm going to start the midnight feast probably on my drive. I'm going to start Audiio, and then hopefully I can get some tangible reading in tonight. The entire day. We were supposed to have a thunderstorm, and then I thought it came through and it passed, and our dog is a disaster when it rains like this. Currently down for a nap, and I'm hoping he just sleeps through this second or third storm that we're having today. Then we got a tornado warning midday, and I was like, I think I'm just staying home. Found out this morning that I didn't get moved on in the interview process for one of the jobs that I really wanted. It was good to like get a taste of what I think I might want and like what I will be qualified for and can get interviews in. I just didn't move on in the process, and luckily I still have my retail job keeping me going. I'm getting through the Midnight Feast. I'm about halfway. I'm using my new bookmark. This is supposed to be like Italy inspired or Greece inspired. This is the other one that came in the set. And then this is one that I just started that I kind of want to finish today. This is like a bunch of little like houses. Like in my head, I'm like on the Amalfi Coast. I'm trying to like make a very good effort to finish the diamond art projects that I start, because I did get more diamond art, which I will show you. I'm on page 140. So the Midnight Feast follows a whole cast of characters. I kind of feel like there's not actually a main character in this one, which I think is why I'm having a bit of a tough time with it, like anchoring down. We have this kind of like resort lodging experience out in the woods that this woman Francesca takes on, and she creates it into like this lavish luxurious experience, which kind of reminds me of like the hunting party when they go away to like this really cool estate in the middle of nowhere. It kind of gives that same vibes. However, this one is like on the coast. Even though they created like this beautiful destination for people of like very high class to come stay, they still have like locals who are coming in through the water and like partying on the beach and stuff, and they like can't control them, so it's creating like some discourse. And one day after the Midnight Feast, which is like a big gathering around the summer solstice, someone winds up dead. I don't know, I'm really not enjoying this, unfortunately. I just feel like, I think because there's not a main character that it feels like, it doesn't feel like rooted in anything. I find sometimes with Lucy Foley, she makes a lot of very unlikable characters. Like I think maybe there's 1 or 2 characters I'm like somewhat like, but there's a lot of characters, and there's also some flashbacks into one of the characters' journals and talking about a friendship that forms, and like I just like don't really like the flashback and it takes up a bit of the book. So I'm a little like hesitant, I guess, and I don't feel super invested in it, which I'm kind of bummed because after the Paris apartment I was like, ooh, I'm excited. There's also a lot of like folklore that is playing into this book. I do want to show you what I did get at Michael's yesterday. For some reference, last Halloween they came out with an insane line of diamond art, and I had gotten this like on sale after the Halloween season had passed, and this is like my favorite diamond art that I've done. I had been watching like a hawk for when the diamond art for Halloween would come out at Michael's, which is the craft store by me. I got what I feel like was made personally for me, and that is a diamond art haunted house. I was so excited. This comes in 3 different kinds. There's like a purplish one, a blue one, and then a white one. And I feel like I could end up leaving it year round on top of my bookshelf. It's gonna be such a cool addition to this room, and also I'm so excited to actually do the diamond art for it. So I got this one. So this is like a ghost with like a blood moon and like a spider, which I feel like you probably can't see. I don't think I will be doing these just yet. I think I'm going to wait until September to do them. I did just get another set of storage for my diamond art. I use these, which are really like bead organizers, and so is this, but these are so much smaller than these. And if you watched my like canvas project, that the packets are so thick that I was having such a hard time filling up these little canisters. So I think that these are going to be much bigger and easier to like get in and out. So that might help with organizing that project, because if you know what I'm talking about, I started like a project that was like 3 panels of the gems. It came with so many colors and volume of those colors that I was having such a hard time like organizing it, and in turn it made me not even want to work on it. So I'm hoping that if I can get all of those colors into both of these, then I'll be like more likely to work on that big canvas project soon. I will update you when I finish the Midnight Feast, and let's hope that my feelings change quite a bit on the Midnight Feast. Wrap up my week of reading Lucy Foley. First, I just wanted to show you how cool this last bookmark in the set came out. It came out so cool, and I love all the colors. I love them so much. I think this might be one of my favorite sets that I've done. My review of The Midnight Feast, I didn't like it at all. I'm so bummed out by it. So really, like, the main character in the story, in my opinion, is like the manor, which is where all of these things are taking place. Flashbacks through a diary, you're getting flash forwards for the day after the solstice when they find the body through a detective, which I didn't really like his character either. It felt so disjointed. I usually love a full big cast thriller switching POVs constantly. This one just didn't land with me. I did not enjoy it. I think if you like stuff about maybe a little bit of like folklore, campy vibes, like you might enjoy this more. I don't want to spoil anything, but there's a big plot point that I feel like is not explained very well, which I think I would give it a 2 out of 5, honestly. So that's really unfortunate, but I really do highly recommend the Paris apartment. I'm still obviously going to pick up whatever Lucy Foley writes, especially the guest list. Put up my little tier ranking of the author's books, of Lucy Foley's books, like I normally do. She really does love like the secluded, out in the middle of nowhere type of vibe. This will be going back to the library, but I'm definitely going to be keeping the Paris apartment because I really did enjoy it, and maybe I'll lend it out to a friend or something. But if you've read any other of Lucy Foley's books, please let me know. I think she has a few others that I have not heard much about yet, so I would be curious to read those because I do still like her. I love her big cast, fun thrillers. I would say they lean a little bit more towards mystery, which is fun. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in another video very soon. Bye!